My name is Valerie Leclercq, and this is my partner of 20 years, Best Duke. Matter of fact, today was our anniversary, so we just came back for a mini trip. So I was diagnosed with invasive ductal carcinoma, HER2+, November 14, 2017. Right away, 2 weeks after, I got my port in, and I started 2 weeks after, I think, my chemo. There was 4 different meds, the most common, and I did that for a 6 treatment, the big one, every 3 weeks. And after that was, I think, Herceptin, for what I recall, for a year, which was awful. I did my surgery, I think, in May 9 or May 19. And so I did double mastectomy and reconstruction. At that point, because I don't heal well and I had a lot of setback with infection and everything, I decided not to do another surgery to fix it, and we will see later. But right now I enjoy to be healed and not to have any infection in my body. I had a wonderful team, medical team. I was lucky enough to have Dr. Colfrey, who is my oncologist, and my wonderful oncologist, Dr. Laura Ramirez. Fantastic doctors. They truly did save my life. Regarding support system, aside of the medical, I had my family in France. They came to visit me. And before COVID, I was able to also see them, to go there to visit. My wonderful partner, she has an extended family. She has 9 siblings, so 10 siblings, great support, great friends. So I'm not alone, and especially with my new sisters through Unite, I feel really supported. Great support system that I have because of them.
Yeah, hi, I'm Beth Duke. I'm Valerie's partner, celebrating 20 years together just recently, and I guess my place in the journey is caretaker, and that's a word I really didn't understand going into it, but I think one of the coolest parts of the journey was when Valerie was losing her hair. I get a little emotional.
Yeah, no, that's tough. Yeah.
This is kind of weird. I haven't talked about this in a long time.
Yeah.
We went and stayed at the Ritz because it's one of her favorite things to do. And I remember that night she was like, I'm gonna lose my hair. Let's just do it. Zoom, zipped her hair off. And I think it was like a couple of days later, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do it too. And just zip my hair off too. And I just remember seeing her going through the chemo and being really brave about it, but losing her hair was really tough. So yeah, the journey is tough as a caretaker, but trying to be part of it as much as I could to care for her. I think shaving my head was the only symbolic thing I could do to participate in a way that I could really truly understand, or at least try to.
She did look great with a shaved head.
But I am all gray, so that's the downside of it. But
the
anyway.
best part is, so I was wearing a wig because, you know, in my private practice I had to wear a wig, which was very irritating. But so many times, so I'm wearing a wig, she's bald head. So every time when I was doing my chemo, they were saying, sit there, Beth, sit there. And I said, why don't you do it for me?
It's the reverse, You got the wrong one. But yeah, she would get home at the end of the day from seeing her clients, and she would take that wig and it spiraled and tossed across the room, and I'd pick it up, put it on the wig stand, brush it out. It's like, all right, here we go.
In the car, I was like, ugh.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a weird part of the journey, but glad it's over, glad we're through it. And this Unite has been amazing. Valerie fought it tooth and nail, didn't want to participate in the beginning, but I'm so glad she has, because she's made a lot of cool friends through it, and people that I think will be in her life but our lives for a really long time.
Wonderful
so,
peeps.
Yeah. So it's really our story. It's been cool.
You know, when we say sister, they really are.
Yeah.
You know, that's very strange to call sister when they are not, you know, blood related. but they really are, and they are fantastic women. Fantastic. I really enjoy to discover them, and we do so many things together. And more, you know, that's a journey with us. You know, we discover each other and we bring more support, and we start to be really true friends, which I was looking for that, and I found it. It's truly phenomenal for me. Love it. And this is my story. I was born in France, in a beautiful city called Lille, which is situated in the north of France, close to Belgium. I was raised in a middle-upper-class suburb where life appeared normal in a family of 5. I had a great childhood, full of freedom, surrounded by friends, riding my bicycle, and playing outside all day long till dinner time. I was definitely a tomboy, and I loved a good adventure, building tree houses, bike racing, skiing, motorcycle riding. I loved speed, and I discovered that I was elated through pushing myself in the danger zone. At the age of 13, with my high-performance scooter, I was going back home from school when a driver decided not to respect a red light. I flew in the air and shattered my 2 bones in one of my lower legs. I had to spend 2 weeks of my summer in a hospital and beg my parents to go to south of France to spend some time at the beach, even when I was forbidden to swim. However, I found a way to crawl to the water and put half of my body in the Mediterranean Sea. I was happy again, and my scar was healing faster than previously. I tried to never give up and persevere at everything I start. The scar I see on my leg today is a constant reminder of my perseverance. In school, I struggled with consistency with performance and my grades. My parents didn't see the benefit of my higher education, and though I may not have liked studying, I persevered and finished private school on my own, paid for by working 2 jobs to afford the tuition. I was definitely exhausted. However, it was the first time in my life that I felt I was doing something great and valuable for my future on my own. I graduated top of my class, and I finally enjoyed the true reward, building something positive and all by myself, which did lay the foundation for my first career as a pharmaceutical sales representative for well-known laboratories in France. But being a gay woman in my town of Lille was not an easy life back in 1990. So I packed my bags and gave my notice after 7 years at the laboratories and sold everything, including my new car that I loved. I was excited to be free and to discover a new world, a new culture, a new language. I did not want to put a label regarding my sexual orientation, and at that point, I still didn't know exactly who I was. Some of my good friends knew, especially my girlfriends. Before I didn't know my sexual orientation, I was somewhat happy, but I knew I was missing something, and I knew there was something bigger than the way that I was living. The monotony and the routine was not enough, and I knew that something was better waiting for me. When I arrived in the USA, the freedom of expressing who you were without having to look over your shoulder was a total revelation. Today, I have a doctorate in counseling psychology. I've been a therapist in private practice for more than a decade and practicing for more than 20 years. I now celebrate dual citizenship, which was not easy to acquire, and I had to overcome many obstacles along the way, such as obtaining and maintaining legal status through H-1B visa, green card, and then ultimately getting dual citizenship in 2013. My partner and I had the good fortune of moving to Las Vegas a year before Hurricane Katrina. We moved back to New Orleans after 14 years in Las Vegas. 3.5 years ago, and a year into the move back, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I did feel like this was going to be one of the greatest and hopefully last challenges of my life. Right away, I found a solution that made me feel better. I drank an entire bottle of champagne that night when I had to tell my partner of 20 years. It was at that point we started to feel the chaos of this diagnosis. I was lucky enough to have great friends in the medical field who advised me to contact Dr. Colfrey. 2 weeks after the diagnosis, I had my port in, and within weeks started a year of chemo. Through this experience, I have the chance to truly encourage female clients to get their yearly mammograms. Since I started this crusade in my practice, 13 of my clients have found lumps in their breast that they were not aware of. Many of these women have ended up with double mastectomies, but the outcome is they are all alive. This is the biggest reward I can experience from a tragedy. I do believe in a higher power, and our journey is built on a series of events, both positive and negative. The negative ones can create us to become even stronger, and we need to be self-aware when this is happening versus just going through the motion and negativity. In the middle of a crisis, you need to focus on the light. Just like when I was a teenager determined to get to my Mediterranean Sea happy place. Find your sea and get to it.